Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to our latest sponsor, Salt Electrolytes. Feeling depleted after a tough grappling session? Well, Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs. Salt contains 6 different electrolytes with a touch of iodine to help maintain a healthy thyroid. No sugar, no dyes, no bullshit. Go earn your salt. Well, I mean, you started drinking, so, I mean, I might as well.
Well, I'm also going to start butt chugging. You ready for that?
What's butt chugging?
It's where they, like, soak a tampon or something in, like, vodka and they shove it up their ass.
Why vodka?
Oh, it's just what the kids use because they're retarded.
Why their ass?
Because it, like, skips, like, the liver. It, like, goes straight to your blood system, or your, like, your brain, essentially. So you get drunker faster, and it doesn't get filtered. So it's actually really fucking dangerous. Like,
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like a good thing to do. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BJJ Foxcast, brought to you by Salt Electrolytes. You like how I did that?
Yep.
I am your host, Alex Martinez, and I'm here with my co-host, Tojo Cray.
Tojo Cray, brought to you by IBJJF.
IBJJF. Dude, we're catching so much shit.
Good,
It's so funny. Like, first off, people don't know what humor is.
Yeah,
I think they know we're fucking around, but they're just angry people.
Well, they're so snowflakey. They just can't fucking help it.
One dude put like a 2-paragraph fucking comment, and then second degree black belt in jiu-jitsu under there. Like.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
your opinion means more now. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, man. Cheers. Hey, here's to being back. We weren't getting any hate for a long time, man.
Hey, we're just a couple of losers here.
We're just a couple of losers, man. Couple non-competing losers. One dude was calling Brad a coward. I'm like, Brad fought in Afghanistan 5 times.
What a pussy.
That was hilarious. Yeah, he's far from it, man. And he's just a nice guy. He's just a nice guy.
I mean, I hate him.
Do you really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, fuck him.
I don't know if I've ever met him, actually.
He's a nice guy,
I mean,
man.
I know I've seen him. I don't know if I ever talked to him.
Yeah, he's been around. I mean, he trained. I mean, you probably back in the day when Jay Page's open mat was like the open mat. Remember that? Mm-hmm. He was always there. Is that me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my beautiful wife.
Put your feet on silent.
You should let her know that we're podcasting. Right. I can't do it from here because it'll cut it off.
Jesus Christ.
But no, Brad's been around a long time. He coaches over there sometimes, I think. But
sure.
Yeah, it's just amazing. It's just amazing how upset people get over just 2 guys just talking shit into a microphone.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing. I don't care if you're a black belt or a white belt.
No.
If you're 300 pounds or 100 pounds, you don't have to roll with fucking anybody.
It's true.
And I tell that to all my new people because like they'll come up to you and be like if you're like, hey, do you want to roll? They're like, well, I guess so. I guess I have to. I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
You don't.
If you don't want to roll with me for whatever reason, I don't care if you're tired or you're scared. You don't have to roll with me.
And just to be clear, I fucking love my white belts, dude. Mm-hmm. I love them.
I hate your white belts. You have the worst white belts.
They're like my kids. It's okay, dude. You've seen my kids.
They're the worst.
They're the worst kids in the world, and I love them.
Some of them aren't even in the state.
No, but people are like, "Oh, you're so terrible to your students, dude." Shut the fuck up.
You don't even know.
Yeah,
how bad I am.
You don't know the half of it, pal.
Yeah,
I carry a stick.
We lock the doors, turn the lights off, and beat the shit out of them, and tell them if they say anything, we'll kill their family.
No, it was the comment where I was saying people who want jiu-jitsu to make sense. Mm-hmm. The joke was it doesn't even make sense to us. Like and the way I said it, I was obviously joking. Yeah. And one guy's like, that's a terrible thing to say to your new. Shut the fuck, dude. Like I can't even say up. Just shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh,
I actually don't think it's a bad. Well, I don't remember what exactly you said, but I don't think it's a bad thing to tell them that like, hey, it doesn't even make sense to me.
Right.
Because it's like. It's a long fucking road to the top.
And just when you think you got it down, someone shows you something like, oh yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Every fucking day.
I suck.
Every fucking day. And well, like, and you don't watch jiu-jitsu. I watch jiu-jitsu. So like watching Worlds this week, I was like, what the fuck, man? These people are like, what do you mean you people? Under 30 people.
Well, I remember like Worlds when someone was saying, oh, this, it was like, the Meow Brothers, and there was a select few that you knew, like, okay, they kind of own that division, right? Not own it, but they're in contention, right?
Oh yeah.
And then the Open was like electric because everybody did it. You know what I mean? It was fucking wild. Mm-hmm. And now you look at the brackets and you're like, any one of these guys could win.
Yeah.
Any one of them. I mean, when you look at like, Not the open. I'm talking about their division.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, I don't watch a shit. I watch highlights. Like if I'm studying a specific thing, I'll watch that. But I'm not going to sit there for hours.
Kennedy
and watch
got put to fucking sleep.
Get the fuck out, really?
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
And he's a stud,
like,
dude.
Just like how Q put Marcio Andre.
It was like a Hail Mary?
Yeah, no, it was like that over the top, like choke.
That loop.
Yeah, the loop
kind
choke.
of loop, yeah.
It was sick.
That's wild, man. And Kennedy, man, he's so good.
They're all so good.
Yeah. You
don't even get to compete at that level unless you're really good, because they all have to qualify.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it was and that was another one when we were talking about the ADCC versus the IBJJF. And what we were saying was, if the ADCC would treat their opens as qualifiers for the not as a point system for the qualifiers, East Coast, West Coast, Japan, Europe, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It would be so much more fun to watch because like more people, like more high level people do it. Now they just get invited to the world champion. You know what I mean? Like everybody's an invite. Like there's very few. Yeah, you got to win the East Coast or West Coast trials, but you could lose and still get invited. That blows.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
blows.
It just depends. But yeah, I mean,
that blows. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, because then it just kind of makes it kind of like, well, this guy, I don't know if he necessarily deserves it. They just wanted to put him in there.
And it's a popularity contest 9 times out of 10. It's not a nobody that gets invited. That's really good. You know, that doesn't have some clout that's been on TV or some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just like people that everybody knows. They just magically all get invited. There's a lot of good guys, a lot of Brazilian kids that don't get a chance because, I mean, visas, all that shit, and they train in Brazil. They don't get the fucking invite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's that's kind of what our point was. I don't know why I'm explaining myself to these fucking morons.
I don't know. Why are you yelling?
I'm done yelling. No. I'm done for now. I'm done yelling for now.
I'm not done.
But the reality is, if we had an ADCC point system, it would be the premier no-gi tournament because of that point system.
Well,
right?
Someone made a really good point. Well, it wasn't a good point. It was just kind of like they're kind of gotcha, but it was actually like a good point in that, like, it's like when someone says X is a world champion, what organization do you immediately think they're talking about?
100%. Yeah. It's certainly
if it's ADCC, you have to be like they're an ADCC world champion.
That's right. But if you just say world champion, it's IBJJF.
Yeah.
And I love what they do. And some people made some good points about like the masters level and the blue belts and stuff like that. You don't have to qualify. I agree. Everyone should have to qualify to get in there because like I believe, especially in the masters division, I'm not talking about the adult division because they're all freaking studs and they all have to qualify to get in and they all put in their time. God bless them. Mm-hmm. But like you and I could sign up for the Masters World Championships next week and not train and not compete and show up and just get our fucking asses kicked and be like, hey, I fought the World Championships.
I do all the extra stuff and still get my ass.
No, but the reality is like we don't have to qualify for it. Like anybody can do it.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's something at least at the black belt level that should be fixed.
They should absolutely use, ADCC should use the Opens as qualifiers for the East Coast and West Coast trials.
Yes, at a minimum.
At a minimum.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You should have to do the pro level. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on this intermediate.
Correct. It should be all pro level.
Yeah.
Like it should not be attainable for people like you and me.
Right.
Right. It should be just be those freaking amazing.
You got to be at the apex.
Pro athletes.
The zenith. As
the
I said.
zenith.
Yes.
The pinnacle.
The pinnacle.
Speaking of pinnacle,
that's another gym.
Liz Clay.
Yeah, she fucking looked really good.
She looks so good,
dude. I was kind of. I'm so. The one thing that I will like kind of like give the IBJJF shit for is. For the adult black belt, they make you do the open before your division.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to like not show up for the open. Who fucking cares about the open? Like it's just like a sideshow.
Well, not necessarily, man. Like if you're an adult world champion in the open division, holy shit.
Yeah, that's cool. But I'm just saying like the reason that they do it like, or my understanding is the reason that they do the open before they do their divisions is they don't want someone to do their division and then not show up.
Yeah. Yeah,
right, or
which would happen.
Which who cares? I'd rather like have people like do their division and be like because I want to see who's the best at each division. Because let's be fucking real. Like if it's a rooster weight in the open and there's an ultra heavy, that ultra heavy doesn't even have to be that much better.
Right. Yeah.
Or they don't even have to be better at skill wise. They could be less skilled, but because they're so much bigger.
Or if the jiu-jitsu is equal, the ultra is going to win.
Yes.
That's just the way it is.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just like it really is kind of just the big guy freak show. You know, and then it's cool when there's like a little guy in there who's like
the outliers like Musumeci, stuff like that.
Right.
Those guys that just come in, you're like, holy shit.
It's really cool when that happens. Yeah. But like the reality is it's just another super heavy and ultra heavy division.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, But like, I want to see people like, cause like, so basically Liz got her foot is fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the picture. It's all bruised up.
Yeah,
and she did that before like finishing her bracket or doing her bracket. Had her foot all taped up and everything. Had to go into the finals today like that. Like that sucks.
It's a rough day.
That sucks. And and that probably doesn't happen in her division.
No, probably not.
Because girls were cranking on her foot all day in her division. But you put a big chick, she's going to break that shit because she's just gross tonnage, right?
So I because, like I said, because I don't watch jiu-jitsu and they're doing the Open the day before, do they not have to qualify for the Open? They just can do it?
I think by qualifying for Worlds, you qualify
for the Open. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then you just decide whether or not you're going to do it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm like 99% sure that's how it works.
So she got third in the Open and second in her division.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I saw Aleph fight at
just smashed the Masters International, like
holy crap.
Warmed up in the Masters International, and then we ran into him on the way out. He was like, "All right, I got to go cut weight cut more weight," because he did middle for the Masters International, and then he went down to lightweight for the adult. He beat Espen.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Is Espen getting long in the tooth? Has he been around that long?
I think he's probably getting pretty close to Masters. 27,
28 at least. Yeah. When we met him, what was he, 24, 23?
Dude, he might have been 19.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was, like, around that age, because that was, like, back when Orlando was underage.
Yeah. I miss his breakdowns. He used to do some fucking cool breakdowns on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. He would break down technique, like live action technique, and pause it, and he'd draw like little, like little lines, like, "Hey, look at the elbow position" and stuff like that. There's
a lot of guys who are doing that now that are like very insightful.
Yeah, man, it's getting really cool, really cool to study that stuff, especially getting the insight from somebody at a super high level like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. So, my first match at Masters International was odd, man. 'Cause I don't know why. I had all the boxes checked. Like, I trained hard. I felt good. My right knee's good. I mean, as good as it's gonna be. It wasn't hurting like any average typical position. Like, no pain.
Just the normal amount of pain.
Just a normal amount of pain. It's not zero. But yeah. So I was a little nervous about that. But then I got in there and like, man, it was just like.
Once you start moving.
Yeah, no, but I was locked in. It was cool.
Good.
It was cool. And then
you choked that guy out.
Yeah, choked him out. I can't remember how much time was left, but yeah, scored a bunch of points on him. Passed his guard a couple times. And then second match did not go as well. Ha.
I mean, it went well. It just like you ended up not finishing how you wanted.
Yeah. Guy's good, man. Guy's good.
He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I can say.
Look Guy's really face. Good. He's been around forever.
Been a long time. Yeah, yeah. A couple people like sent me messages like, "Oh, you did good. He normally skunks all of his opponents." Man, that's just not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I want to win. I want to win. So, nothing against, and no disrespect to the guy. Like, he flat out won. But
I give him disrespect.
God damn it. I was a little disappointed. Yeah. But move on.
Whatever, it happens.
Yeah. Amy won.
She did.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see her match. I saw Carrie's instead.
How did Carrie do? I didn't see her match.
Dude, Carrie kicked ass.
Yeah?
She looked really good for someone who was like, I just want to not suck.
Aww.
I'm like, you did really fucking good, actually.
She good, man.
Collar dragged her like 3 times in the beginning. Like, one was like kind of weak. Second one threw the girl to the ground, but she recovered. And the third one just fucking slammed her. And then Beautiful. She came out on top.
Nice.
So she got the 2 for that. I was
nice.
like, fucking A.
Yeah,
I didn't know Carrie had that.
Yeah.
So she did good. She just made, kind of a quick mistake where she was trying to, I think she was kind of like getting impatient in her position.
I think we need blue. Yeah, we need blue.
Okay.
Too much red.
That's
it's driving me
easy
crazy.
on the eyes.
It's driving me crazy.
But no, she looked really good.
Good, man. Yeah. We had a, dude, who is that guy that Ramsey fought? I've seen him before. I've seen him before. You know what? He looks like that young UFC fighter kid with the fucked up nose.
That doesn't narrow it down.
He's got bushy hair. They got the same bushy hair.
Is he Japanese?
Man, I don't think so. I think he's Brazilian. But he looks like that dude. That's why I thought I've seen him before.
Yeah.
But he's like a young UFC fighter, like maybe in his teens.
Yeah.
And his nose has seen a lot of work. It's seen a lot of work.
Yeah, this guy's just right out of Japan. He probably just competes in like regular Japanese tournaments, nothing IBJJF, because he had 0 points.
Yeah. And he ran through the final too.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Wild.
He had, I guess he trains with like Lucas Lepre a lot.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, like I get Ramsey did some Facebook stalking or Instagram stalking, and it's like tons of pictures with Lucas Lepre. So
that's cool.
He must be like their school must be affiliated with him or something.
That's neat.
Yeah. But he was a savage.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere.
Yeah. We got Nationals next.
Mm-hmm.
Excited for that.
In a month. And
then I'm going to do Phoenix and LA. I already signed up for LA. And I told Ramsey I would drive. I lied. I'm going to fly. I got an $11 flight. I use points, so $11
From
flight.
your credit card?
Yeah.
I need to get one of those.
Dude, you got to get that Southwest one.
I don't want to fly Southwest.
Why not?
Because Southwest is like, you get on and they're like, yeah, just find a spot.
Yeah. Well, it's not like Spirit. I mean, you know.
Yeah, Spirit, you don't even know if you're going to get off the tarmac.
Bro, they don't even have, I don't even think they have seatbelts. You just hold hands. You reach across, you hold the guy in front of you.
I don't think a seatbel's saving your life in a plane crash.
Yeah.
Seatbelt's splitting you in half.
That's true. So we got Nationals, Phoenix, LA, and then Master Worlds.
I kind of want to do something like not small, but like something in the middle, like in a place I've never been, like, I don't know, fucking Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City, man.
But then I have to be in Oklahoma. It's
true.
the problem. There's a reason I don't go to those states.
I was going to do San Diego, but we're going to be in Mexico that weekend.
Maybe you should quit going to Mexico so much.
Oh, I can't. I love it there. I fucking love Mexico, dude. It's so much fun.
Is that the
That's our trip.
Galeana trip?
Yeah, that's our trip. Yeah, Galeana trip. Yeah, looking forward to it. You are driving a derby car.
Am I? I thought we were going to have that kid do it.
You listen. You should totally drive the derby car.
I hope it just doesn't start.
You're going to be under it fucking with things in the middle of the night.
I'm much better at turning wrenches.
You better talk to Hector. Mario. Hector. Why am I saying Hector? Oh, Hector. Never mind. You got to talk to Mario and have him find another driver if you want to just do pit crew. But we are going to be involved.
Okay. How much do we have to pay?
A few $100.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just chipping in. I think he said it's going to be like $1,200 total to reinforce the door and move the radiator. That's really all they do.
Does it even need a radiator?
It needs a radiator, yeah.
We'll be good.
You got to be like that one dude, like pouring gasoline into the carburetor.
You can pour gasoline on the engine. It'll cool it off. It evaporates really quickly. It's great for heat transfer.
Dude, just throw a whole bucket of gasoline on the
sure, it'll be okay.
Yeah, man.
Jet fuel.
I can't wait to go. It'll be fun.
Hopefully it rains again.
I doubt it. I think it's going to be hot as balls this year. We got to wait.
That's why I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I remember when like the sun came out, it was a little toasty.
It was hot as, and you're just standing in.
Plus, like I think the mud would be so much fun with like, the car.
Yeah. We need cowboy hats.
Okay,
we do. We need. Okay. I think I have one. I might bring it.
I'm gonna just bring an Asian hat.
One of those. Pow. Those would be cool. Those would be cool.
The rice patty hats.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. That'd probably be a really good choice. It's so fucking hot, dude.
Is it going to be Kung Fu Panda again?
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't think we're doing Panda Car. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. That'd be fun. But
they're allowed to be racist in Mexico.
Kung Fu Panda, is that racist?
I don't know. Probably.
Really?
It's cultural appropriation or some shit.
Kung Fu Panda? It's Mexico, though.
Because they're Mexicans.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah. You can't be Mexican and then be driving an Asian car.
Why not?
Because it's cultural appropriation. Just ask.
Just driving the car?
Just ask.
It's actually not even it's an American car. They're just going to be painted.
Oh, okay, good. Is it a Crown Vic?
It's not a Crown Vic. It's
Mercury LeSabre.
LeSabre, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Big son of a bitch.
Those things are made out of steel.
It was a big fucking car, dude.
Yeah, they didn't skimp on the steel on those things.
Nah. Yeah, they're going to reinforce the driver's side door because you're not allowed to smash into the driver's side door, and everybody smashes into the driver's side door.
Noted. I'm just going to get DQ'd. Fuck it. I'm going to out there try to kill people. If you can't breathe, you can't drive a car.
That's right. Yeah, Mario, sorry, man. We couldn't talk to Q this weekend. He wasn't there.
For what?
For Masters International.
Oh, that's right. Well, he showed up for Worlds, I guess. He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care about us. No, doesn't care about us.
God, we had. Can you imagine? That's a long fucking week.
Hey, before we go any farther, I want to give a shout out to Timmery. Okay. Timmery is a now blue belt.
Good.
At Aries Paradise Valley, and she's going for a big surgery, big deal surgery. I believe in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
And just gonna wish her a speedy recovery. It's gonna be a double mastectomy, stuff like that. And then
that's not fun.
Yeah, so I think they're going to do other stuff. You know what I mean? But it's going to be a big deal surgery. So wishing you the best, Timmer. You're awesome. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you recover quick.
Yeah, man. I want to have her on the show when she recovers.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Because she was talking to me about it, and she was like, she would be like she would be way more nervous than she is now, but like she's learned a lot of toughness and a lot of, as John Cabay puts it, a lot of grit thanks to jiu-jitsu. So she feels her confidence is sky high compared to what it used to was.
Older, let alone an older woman, like in jiu-jitsu is not easy.
It's not.
Because it's a fucking tough sport and
you
get beat up.
It is. And you got to wade through the waters of some people don't know how to train with smaller partners and they, put a lot of pressure on you and the elbow to the throat and all that other bullshit.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man.
All these guys are like, oh, toughen up. It's like, yeah, you might have grown up in it, though. Like, if you're someone who's never done anything like that and you're just like, I'm going to try this tough-ass sport.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is.
It is tough. Yeah. We take it for granted because, you did triathlons, so you did like lame shit, but whatever.
You know what? It is, how should I put this? It's probably the toughest sport for the softest people.
Yeah. Ones who have to complain that we're telling them that IBJJF is better than ADCC. So soft.
Those are extra snowy snowflakes. No, seriously, like triathlon is very tough mentally, but honestly, like it's all about conditioning. So like if you can run 15 miles, you can run 20.
Did I tell you about the time I tried to just do a half marathon off the couch?
You did, yeah.
I was just like, fuck it, I can do this.
Yeah, you're not conditioned for that.
Oh, yeah. But that was, to your point, it was like, it wasn't that I didn't have cardio for it. No. It just fucking hurt. Like halfway through, I was like, God damn, my legs hurt.
Yep.
And you just do it.
Yep. You
just got to finish it.
Yep. There are some things that come into play that make you want to quit. When you're doing triathlon, especially like the wind picks up. You're not allowed to ride in a pack. Like you got to, they call it a time trial, which means you can't pace off of anybody. You can't streamline, three riders at a time.
Right.
So
what do they call that? Drafting.
Yeah. Drafting. You're just literally in the elements, and sometimes it rains.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really fucking hot, but it's the softest. It's the hardest. It's the hardest sport for the softest people.
Have you ever ridden in a pack like that before?
Yeah, of course,
dude. It's like on a bike.
And I've crashed in those packs.
Oh. That's because you suck at riding.
No. I didn't. I just went down because people in front of me went down.
Like drafting makes a huge difference. People have no idea. You think, you're just in a bike. No. Dude, just like riding with my friends, just like not even like going to the bar or something. Yeah. You get behind them and you feel like you don't even have to pedal anymore.
Right. Yep.
It just pulls you.
They pull you. It's called getting pulled.
Even though it's not technically pulling, they're just getting rid of the wind resistance that's slowing you down.
Yeah, but they call it pulling.
Wrong, but whatever.
But like I got on the wheel of this couple that was on a tandem mountain bike.
Were they a big couple?
No.
Oh.
No. It was one of those couples that were like you could tell that's all they fucking do.
Tandem ride?
Is ride bikes.
Because they're fucking hipsters.
Bro, they were pulling the shit out of me, dude. Yeah. I tried to stay on their wheel as long as I could. I got dropped going up a hill, but gosh, it was so good while it lasted. But I mean, literally.
They pulled away going up a hill?
Oh my God.
Really? Because it's two.
They're studs, man. They were tough.
Because they got two human power? Yeah. You only got one?
Yep. But it was kind of weird because like when they would like the dude would get out of the saddle, he was in front, and the girl, I'm assuming his wife, I don't know, girl, and
You're assuming girl,
his butt was right at the tip of her nose. I was like, nah, hard pass.
It's not the first time her nose has been there.
She looked way too comfortable. Yeah. But no, I mean, when I did that, it was hard. Don't get me wrong. It was really hard. But I mean, there wasn't like, it's nothing like doing jiu-jitsu where the unknown in jiu-jitsu is probably the scariest part. Once you shake hands and once you like, tie up with somebody, you're like, okay, I'm good. I'm good now.
I think the thing that a lot of people underestimate, especially like if they've never done jiu-jitsu before, is like, it's not just physically difficult. Like you don't realize that your body kind of like flips a switch when you're not like mentally conditioned for that kind of like any sort of combat sport. You're not like mentally conditioned to like your body goes into fight or flight.
Yeah.
It thinks you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like someone's trying to kill you. That's what your body thinks.
Yeah.
Like you see a brand new
white belt. It doesn't know any better.
It doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
Because you haven't been put in that situation before. Typically, most people haven't, right? So when they get in that situation, it's like that is what is actually exhausting. When you're like a white belt, like first couple stripes, it's really hard to turn that off,
dude. And it's like now, like, I'm not like physically exhausted when I train. I'm more mentally drained. Just trying to figure out, especially when I train with people like you, people like Ramsey. Well, Ramsey just beats the shit out of me. But people that like, you know, that I can hang with. It's like a mental.
Wait, so you can hang with me, but not Ramsey?
God. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know how to say it nicely, but the reality is like it's like a puzzle that's just trying to kill you, and you're trying to solve it the entire. It's mentally exhausting. Yeah.
Ramsey and I were talking about. We talked about a lot of shit because we were in the car for fucking 12 hours this weekend. But like it was, you know, like one of the big things is like when you're like rolling as like, you know, white, blue belt, like it's physically exhausting, right? Because you first, one, you might not have the conditioning. Two, your technique is not sharp, right? But like I felt like, and I'm sure I'm just repeating something we've already said before because we always repeat ourselves because we're old.
It's okay.
And you're old as fuck.
It's okay.
Blue, purple, brown, like the farther we get, the easier rounds get cardio-wise. Yeah. Because you become more efficient. Yep. Right? So it's like almost like you almost don't get the same, almost don't get a workout at like, you know, brown or black belt level because it's kind of like, it's so chess at that point, right? You're not even like really like creating a bunch of like crazy scrambles. Like a lot of like blue belt matches are like that. It's just like, you get into a spot and you're like kind of like inching your way through a position, right? Waiting for your opponent to like get impatient, make a mistake or that kind of stuff. It's like not really cardio at that point anymore. Right. Yeah. Because you've both become like when you're rolling, like, you know, two black belts rolling together, most of the time it's really just like, it's a game. Yeah. And it's not like, we're not just like, you know, going balls to the wall as far as like cardio goes.
Unless you absolutely have to. Yeah. Like if there's a burst that's needed, you can give but it's a short burst.
Oh, when there's a scramble, it's a fucking scramble. Yeah. And that's a scramble with two guys who know where they're going. Right. And it's just like two guys trying to like force the match into the position that, you know, they become advantageous in. Yep. That's where the cardio is. But like you know, like say I get to headquarters and I'm like waiting to pass. So I'm like, I got the hand on the knee. I have like the collar and I'm like waiting to kind of like shift his hips over so I can start like, you know, maybe windshield wiper my leg or whatever it is, right? But it's like not a lot of like cardio and fast movement there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like a lot of like conservation of energy, all that kind of stuff that you get as you get better at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Well, like when you sweep me, it's not like it was a big explosive movement that got me on my back. It's a subtle move that, you know, I screw up and you were waiting for me to screw up. Yeah. You know, I got baited into it basically. You know what I mean?
Like I'll be in guard or whatever and I'll be like waiting and then you're in headquarters or whatever waiting. Yep. And then you're like, all right, I'm going to try to go. Yep. And then you go and then I'm like, oh shit. All right, fuck yeah, this is my moment. And then I you know, John Wayne sweep you or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of like if I could describe the difference between a training match with a black belt versus a competition match with a black belt, the difference really, obviously some people have better technique, some people are just physically better. Yeah. But like when everything's equal, it's the person that scores first that has most. Obviously, they have the advantage, but you really can't put that into. I really can't find the words for it because you have to start thinking about what you're going to do and what they would do based on what you're going to do. Right? So
it is like literally thinking steps ahead.
You got to think steps ahead. And I'm like, if they're up like say 3-0 instead of 2. Right. Okay. So they literally don't have to do anything. Right. And they're probably not. So you can't let them lock you down. You can't end up in a bad position. So you have to exert that energy that you don't normally exert in training because you kind of settle. Yeah. Right?
And especially when there's like just like a minute or so left. It's like they can eat the penalties too.
And it's taxing. It's taxing when you're trying to break grips and they're holding you down. You got to twist your body, you know, and that's what happened to me. I mean, you know, I knew he was going to try to hold me down. And I was thinking, okay, so if he's in this position, if I were him, I would do this. So now I have to think like, okay, if he does this, I have to do that, which means I got to get belly down. I got to get to his legs, all that shit.
Yeah.
And there's no alternative. There is no riding it out. Right. You don't get another round. You're gone. You're done for the day. Mm-hmm. And that's what's really taxing about, in my opinion, about tournament play.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 5-minute timer, which is horseshit anyway, but it's a 5-minute timer. And if you have a guard that takes 3+ minutes to set up and it fails, you're fucked.
Yeah.
No more playing, no more of that shit.
Yeah. We were talking this weekend about like how we play all these different guards. We learn all these different guards. We teach all these different guards. It's like, if you spend all of your time learning how to attack from close guard and learning how to pass close guard, you are 99% of the way.
Yeah.
In a tournament.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And as I said that, I looked down and it's like 7 of the 12 mats were in close guard.
Wow.
Because it's just how it is. It's just like, it's such a safe position for the bottom person, and you can attack, right? And every escape, like close guard, like stand up, or you put your knee in the middle, or what's it called, the Sapolo pass, or whatever. All of the ways that you get out of close guard open you up to an attack.
Yeah.
There's no safe way to pass close guard.
Yeah.
Because every single one of them has a really good counter for the guy on bottom.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is like one of those positions that it's just like, it's the best. It's boring as fuck to watch.
Yeah.
I will give you that. Yeah. But it's kind of the ultimate position.
Mm-hmm. But if I score first and I can get you in my close guard, you're staying there for a while.
And you can fake work in bottom close guard. Oh, I'm choking you. I'm looking for the choke.
Yep.
Or Kimura. No. Oh, there's so many things you can do to like kind of like pretend like you're working in close guard. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's one. I think I'm going to start like really putting a lot of focus on the close guard. I was talking to James, the brown belt at Paul's, about like that kind of game. Like, it's like, we don't play, because like if I was rolling with you and you put me in close guard and that's all we fucking did for 5 minutes, like if you played like a tournament round, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
You're right.
Let's actually like train jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But it's like tournament jiu-jitsu. That's like tournament jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Because people play so conservative at tournaments. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Gi, no gi, whatever. Everyone's going to play really conservative because they don't want to lose.
Yeah. Well, that's why in my division, I don't know about yours, but in my division, the deep half is very popular. It's extremely popular.
Because they can just sit underneath.
They can sit underneath you and wait to sweep you.
Yeah.
And it's
wait for you to get frustrated and make a mistake, and then they come up on top.
Yep. Yeah. So it's very popular, especially if they score, they'll just dive right into deep half.
It's funny because like most of the time that I sweep Ramsey, it's because I went to deep half.
Yeah.
It's like some version of deep half where I have control of his hip and I can just kind of like put him on his butt, basically.
Yeah. And then he kills you.
And then he's like, fuck you.
Yeah. No, it's been, it's crazy because like, I've said this a million times, man, but the more I train, the more I compete, the more I realize how little I know. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing this for a while, so.
The more I compete, the more I realize how much I know doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like that was kind of like one of the takeaways, like watching a lot of the jiu-jitsu this weekend. Well, I should say the Masters division stuff. Like the Master International.
Very different, yeah.
At the adult level, it's a little different, right? The games are different.
Yeah.
In my matches, so I was kind of the other thing I was talking about is like, dude, I love playing with Bill, like doing judo stuff, like he's like, hey, show me how to do this or show me how to do that. What if with judo or working with like Aaron or somebody with like wrestling and stuff. It's like, but at my division, like featherweight or even lightweight, when I go up a weight class, none of those motherfuckers are wrestling.
No.
If I take the time to like set up my grips or whatever, or like kind of like get ready for a shot or whatever, they're gripping and pulling guard.
Yep.
Well, okay, now I have to fucking pass guard, which is fine. I like passing guard. I mean, it's fun, but like, there's almost no point for me to like practice that stuff because I don't ever get that opportunity in my divisions.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Because it's so safe to pull guard.
It is,
and again, just like I said, they're going to try to get to close guard, and then it's sweep or submit or hold, and they have all the opportunities, and I have to spend a lot of energy and risk a lot of like giving up points to get out of that position. Yep.
Yeah, it's a tough battle. I mean, forget about physically. For me, it's like the mental piece that gets me. And not that I'm like scared or worried. It's just like trying to figure out that puzzle the whole time. You know, trying to think like, if I'm him, I'm going to do this. So I have to do that. You know, that kind of shit.
Like, it's like, so I did lightweight again for Orange County, and I was in Miami, so I didn't want to cut weight again. So I did lightweight again for Masters. I should have went to feather.
Should have gone to feather. Yeah.
But like even at Orange County, I was like, dude, I shouldn't have pulled guard on this guy because he's just like so much stronger than me, right? He was able to just kind of smash and like put pressure his way through my guard, right? It wasn't like anything overly technical. He was just stronger than me.
Yeah.
Right. And then this case, I was like, all right, cool. I kind of want to let him, being in lightweight again, I'm like, I'm going to let this guy pull guard and then pass. But dude, he grabbed my collar, pulled me into close guard, and I like went to go break his grip. And it was just like grabbing a fucking football. I was like, Jesus Christ. Everyone is just like, it's one weight class above me, but like it just seems like they're like,
you're little, dude.
They're infinitely stronger.
You're little.
So like,
yeah,
I know. It's just like more and more reinforcing that I just need to stay in my division.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Yeah, like if I don't have to go up, don't.
I mean, for the opens, I mean, okay, but if it's like an international or master worlds or whatever.
Yeah, or I mean, it's just like you gotta. It's a different game. You have to play with bigger people for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Like obviously, like. Don't let them connect, right? Because I always tell this story about the first time I was able to do the open division at Blue Belt, and it was just this like fucking 300-pound behemoth. Dave Barnes was like, "Don't let him get a grip of you." I'm like, "Okay." He fucking grabs my collar. I'm like, "Fuck."
Well, shit.
And I go to break it, and it's just like hitting a wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm not getting that grip back."
Yeah.
That's his.
Yeah.
That's his grip.
Yeah.
And he just basically like grabbed double collared, picked me up a little bit, just kicked my legs out from under me, and fucking threw me to the ground. I'm like,
nice.
Well, that sucked.
Did he land on you?
No, he didn't land on me. He was like relatively nice, but he didn't. Then he did that like the high calorie submission, the Americana from top.
Yeah. It's effective.
High calorie guys.
Yeah.
Knows.
The other thing, it was nice, being there like as a group, kind of a little hint of memories from back in the day. You know what I mean? But all we did was like have dinner and ice cream. Back in the day, we were doing shots and getting kicked out of bars.
Getting hammered. Sleeping on top of trash cans.
Sleeping on top of trash cans. Yeah. That was, who did that? That was Ross.
Yes.
Big Ross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
He got his nursing degree. He was like a nurse out in like fucking like
Globe
or something.
Superior or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was in a car accident or witnessed a car accident where someone died and he like kind of fucked him up a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Like I don't remember exactly how it happened, but it was like he was out in Globe. He was like having dinner. He like drove back and like I think he witnessed a car accident where someone died, and then he just like went back to that bar and just like started drinking. He was just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
It was something like that. I can't remember, but it like kind of messed him up a little bit. And then he was just like so far away that it was just like he never really got back into jiu-jitsu. And back then there wasn't a school out there.
Right. Yeah.
He could have probably trained with you, like in East Mesa.
Yeah.
But back then it was basically, I think Carlos would have been the closest school out there.
Wow. Yeah, it's a long way.
But yeah, I saw Ryan O'Neal this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where at?
He was at the tournament.
Oh, was he?
Claire competed. It was Thursday.
Right.
You didn't come Thursday because you don't care.
No, I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care about any of the blue belts either. I was joking about
that. No, Amy had to work on Friday, so we had to get our asses back.
Oh, I was joking. I was like, I don't care about any blue belts. And I was like, except for you three. You're the only 3 blue belts I give a shit about.
Yeah. How did Claire do?
She did okay. I mean, it didn't go her way, but like it was, she just got her blue belt and went to fucking Blue Belt Worlds.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, not the greatest idea, but I think she's going to do great.
Oh, yeah. No, she's super talented.
She's very talented.
Yeah.
And she's got she's smart. She's got a good head on her shoulders, which is perfect for jiu-jitsu. Like, it's such a cerebral sport. So,
yeah. Does she train with you in the morning?
Not in the morning. She'll do the fundamentals, and then she'll do the advanced class. A lot of times she'll do Amber's women's class and then come into the rolls.
Okay.
At the end of her class.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. So she gets a good amount of training. Good. She'll come into she comes to the open mat at Paul's, and which is tons of people. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and trained in Dee's class on Friday.
That sucks.
I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, wide awake. Wasn't like no nightmare, no stress. Normally it's just stress that keeps me up.
Yeah.
Nothing. My eyes just popped open. 3:30 because that stupid thing chimed to remind me what time it is, and then it chimed again, and then it chimed again. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go train." So 4 a.m, I got up, had some breakfast, and then I shot over and got the 6 a.m. class done, and then I did the 3:45 class, but didn't roll, and then I rolled in the 7 p.m. class on Friday. So,
yeah, Ramsey and I didn't get home till he dropped me off. I think just a little bit before midnight.
Ugh.
Which, that's like 3 hours past my bedtime.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's funny. Like we were in the hotel, and like we would just be like, we still like kind of like stayed up late, and like we were watching fucking just like trash TV.
Yeah.
Just like, did you set the timer, like the sleep timer? I'm happy because I like falling asleep to the TV.
Yeah.
Like it just set an hour. Whatever the fucking bullshit, like History Channel, fucking like, I don't even remember what we were watching, but it was like it was the Montana Game and Fish. Or fish
yeah.
Like the game wardens
and
shit.
Ramsey was talking about that. He's all into it.
Yeah, because he's from Montana.
Yeah,
so it's like, oh, I know that place. That's only a couple hours from my house or whatever.
He's like Billings or something, right?
Yeah, he's from Billings, yeah. But I think he's lived all over the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ramsey moved around a lot. But yeah, that was, we would just set that timer. It was like, probably like I haven't really like settled back into my normal schedule since from Miami, because I say that, but in Miami I was like going to bed at 1 every night, which is like 10
here. Yeah.
So it was like I never really adjusted to the time there.
Right. Yeah.
But God, we fucking drank way too much.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
It was quote unquote networking.
Oh.
But
bro.
God, we fucking ate and drank the entire week, which I had a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah.
But it was just like fuck.
Yeah, dude, I drank with some Canadians at, I think I told you when we went to Florida, Marco Island, and these guys, dude, they're so
the ones you're running away from?
Yeah, so they're like Russian guys, but they live in Canada.
Nova Scotia?
No, I don't know where part of Canada they were from.
That's Canada, right?
Yeah,
that's
Nova Scotia. That's
like,
the east side.
That's that Canadian country or city that sounds like it's fucking like Russian.
Yeah,
Nova Scotia.
It's
like.
Yeah.
Is it right next to Chernobyl?
They weren't maybe. They weren't like the French speaking Canadian.
That's Ukraine, I know, guys.
Yeah. So but
they weren't
the like the French speaking Canadian guys. Yeah, they were the
zesty type of French.
Yeah. So no, but these guys they were cool, and they were like, hey, they're a cool hang. And then one of them buys a vodka bottle from behind the bar. He buys a bottle.
What a fucking asshole.
And then he just starts pouring shots of vodka. It was good vodka. But it was vodka.
There's no such thing.
Bro, it was actually not bad.
Good vodka tastes like nothing, which means like, okay, that's not good then.
Yeah. So I was insanely hungover after that, right? Next night, same thing. I'm hiding from them. Like I'm avoiding them. They're like, hey, I'm like, okay, I'll be right there. I took off, go to a different place.
Which way are they going? I'm going the opposite direction.
So it's like, it's getting kind of late. And I'm like just hiding from the party, and I'd been drinking, but I'm hiding from the party, and I'm walking down towards the beach because there's like a little cabana bar on the beach, and I could see like nobody was there. I was like, perfect, I'll just sit there, chill. And I'm walking through the pool area where like everything, all the furniture stacked, like it's closed.
Yeah,
dude, I turn this corner, there's the freaking Canadians.
Hey, Alex,
in the dark.
Let's go fucking get hammered.
In the dark with bottles.
Pussy.
Next thing you know, I'm sitting there just taking shots again. Oh my gosh, dude. Those guys could party.
Hey, you had a good time, though.
It was a good time. They were really cool, but gosh, man, it was too much.
I don't know why this made me think of this. So I found a Mexican restaurant. Like a... Florida, There's no Mexicans there.
There's no Mexicans, mostly Cubans.
Mexican adjacent. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean... all you Latin countries are fucking super proud.
It's no different than European countries. You know what I mean? They're very proud of where they're from.
Says the two Americans where there's fucking American flag on every fucking corner. It's
That's
like,
right.
I guess everyone's just proud.
That's right.
Fucking, they should be.
Yeah.
But no, so right down the street from the pyramid, like a hole in the wall place, like it felt very like mom and pop, like Mexican restaurant, fucking awesome breakfast burrito. Like we were like looking for a breakfast place on Thursday, and we're like, okay, I don't want to sit down somewhere. Let's just find somewhere like.
It was right around the corner from the pyramid.
We walked there.
I know where it is.
Okay,
I've been to that place.
Don't
like no parking basically. Like there's not a lot of parking.
I wouldn't know because I wasn't looking for parking because we walked there.
It's a small place.
Small.
I know exactly. Sean Academia took me there after Kids Pans.
Did they have like a tent out front?
I don't know if they had a tent. Yeah, I just remember the small.
And that might
really
have been
good.
after COVID. They might have started that.
It was really good.
Yeah, we went there and it was like it's so funny because we both get breakfast burritos. Fucking their breakfast burrito, Teresa breakfast burrito was fucking awesome.
You remember the name of the place?
I do, but I'm not gonna fucking put it on blast because it's my spot.
Okay,
I'm not telling fucking
all 12
all
people
you
that
mooks.
listen.
All tens of you.
We're entertaining dozens. Goddammit, or dozen. We're entertaining dozen.
No, it was like, but it was like one of those like places where like she's like, all right, Alex Ramsey, your food's ready or whatever. So you come up and she's like, all right, where you sit it, and then she's like wants to like walk you out to the table, like even though it's like kind of counter serve.
Yeah,
she like walked us out to like, and we had like a spot like a kind of like this bar seat in like in the front.
Yep,
outside.
I know the spot. Yep. I know
so she brings it out to us. And like we're getting ready to leave, I bring the plates in, and she doesn't let me get to the counter. She like runs over to me and grabs the plates out of my hand, just like cool. Like grandma, like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to do that.
Sit down.
Sit the fuck down.
Sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Sit your little ass down.
But the food was great, service was great, and it wasn't even like a service place.
Right.
Like it was just like it's fucking awesome. Yeah. So I will definitely go back next year.
Right on. What was the name of the place we went to? Something 48, 98.
Oh, that place was okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I wasn't really impressed.
Yeah. Like everything was like too like kind of like hoity-toity for no reason.
Yeah. It's like they were trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like here's a arugula on your burger. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna pull that off.
I said extra pickles. Yeah, like one.
She's like, here's 3 pickles. Bitch,
we're not.
Were you listening?
We are not communicating right now. That's what
I
we're
love
not
that
doing.
we went to that ice cream place with the line, and Ramsey's like, "Hey, look, there's a cake place." Dude, that fucking cake place was. I think it was like Susie's Cakes or some shit like that. Was really good.
Susie Cakes.
I think it was Susie's.
Susie's Cakes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Her butt cakes. No, but it was like super. I was telling Kelsey about it. It was like. Susie like I had like the birthday cake, where it has like the sprinkles like cooked into it or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like so rich though. Like you were eating it and you're like, fuck, my stomach is like, why are you eating all this sugar?
Yeah.
But it was so good.
That sounds amazing.
And Ramsey got like 5 things. he is such a fucking little kid when it comes to like sweets. He's just like, I want all of the sweets.
Yep. Good for him.
Because remember he ate the rest of Tiffany's. She couldn't finish hers. And he's like, all right, I'll have yours. Dude, we got back to the hotel and I'm like, I just want to lay down.
Yeah. I was so full.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest meal I'd eaten in weeks. It was all like, I was just like snacking.
You know how like after a tournament where you just want to eat everything. You're like, you have dinner and you're like, I'm going to go grab a slice of pizza too. And then I want to grab a cake. And then you just want to eat.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I can eat anything.
No.
Because like they had the rooftop bar at that hotel.
Yeah, I've been there.
And I think it's open till like 10. I think we got back at like 9. So it's like, oh, you want to go up there? I'm like, no. I wanted to.
Yeah.
Originally, like after I was like, hey, we'll go there tonight afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, let's just lay down.
It's so funny how we were like all talking before the tournament, like, where are you staying? I'm staying here. Okay, cool. And then nobody stayed at the same hotel.
All you fuckers.
Well, I've stayed at that. I've stayed at that Holiday Inn Express before. It's perfect. It's in a perfect spot right off the highway.
It's not bad, and it's like actually really close to a lot of good food.
Yeah. There's like a chicken place across the way.
Dude, Ramsey was like, we should fucking go here.
Yeah. The chicken place?
Yeah. But it looked so small. I was like, I don't know if they could like have us there.
Yeah. Well, I've been there. It was really good.
It looked fucking bomb.
It is. Fuck
everybody. You're not allowed to know where it is.
Yeah.
It looked super fucking good.
Yeah.
It also looked like if you eat here, you're not making weight.
Oh, no way. No way. No. It's all, everything's, I think the chairs are fried. Like everything, everything in that bitch is fried. No, it's really good though. Cause I remember, I was there, 2 years ago, Sierra was doing, Worlds. So I went to coach her and then I'm like, I gotta make weight.
Yeah.
So, went to that chicken place.
Isn't that the best?
Oh, it's fantastic.
When you're around people who are like cutting and you're like, I'm going to go fucking eat whatever the fuck I want.
I should have told you about this, but there is. You're not really a big coffee snob, but there's a coffee place like less than a mile away from that hotel that's really good.
We were actually like talking because we walked to Chipotle the night before before the tournament or whatever, and we were like, there is a coffee place like not like a Starbucks, like something like a mom and pop's coffee place like every fucking 100 feet.
Yeah.
There are so many coffee places in that area.
I walked to one. I don't know why. I just thought I'd go for a walk that morning. But I walked, and there's like a capoeira place next door, and the coffee shop. The coffee shop had like really good like sandwiches and shit like that.
Yeah.
So good. It was so good. It was like the perfect thing right before they go into that venue and suffering to a tournament.
Yeah, we went to some like I forgot what it was called. Good. I mean, it's good because the place sucked ass. But I want to know because I want to put it on blast because it was so shitty.
Really? It was
like kind of like Hawaiian. It was Korean. What do they call it? Like
a
Korean barbecue inspired. I don't know, some bullshit. But it was like fucking all bad. It was like I got the bulgogi, which is like like marinated beef, which is usually the fucking best thing.
Bulgogi is usually pretty safe.
Yeah,
because there is no like high quality bulgogi meat.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting into, and all you gotta do is make the sauce taste good.
Drenched in sauce.
Yes, drench it.
Yeah, it's fucking just soaked in sauce, and they're like, all right, hurry, put it on the grill before it dries up. It was dry. The rice was fucking boring. It was, I like barely, I like didn't even finish it, and I was like, I'm going to eat something when I get to the fucking venue. I'm like just something cheap and shitty.
Do you ever use Yelp?
No, not really.
I Yelp. But only if I like the place. I never bag on any places.
Rob and I were talking about that. How it was like during the COVID. He's like, during the COVID, I had fucking commented on everything. I have nothing but time.
Rob,
if you were a shitty restaurant, I'm fucking putting a shit.
No, I'd never do that. No.
Yeah, you got to.
No, I'm not going to do that.
So the whole point, you got to let people know where.
Yeah, but maybe they just had an off night.
I don't give a fuck. You're not allowed an off night. He was bitching about his apartment complex. So they're like trying to fucking like fuck him over on like the deposit.
They're gonna get their money.
They always do.
They're gonna get their money.
They always, well, at least they always try.
Mm-hmm.
They're always and the reality is like nobody fights it.
No,
they're like, oh, you paid $1,000 deposit. Well, you're getting none of it.
Say
back.
goodbye to it. Yeah, yeah. There was when I had an apartment right before. Well, yeah. So I got an apartment right before I met Amy, and I of course we moved in together a year later. You may have met her. She lives here.
Oh. She's your other roommate?
Yeah, the other roommate. But I remember going in for that like walkthrough, and I was so meticulous about the walkthrough that when I went to get my deposit back, I was like, that was already there. And they're like, well, do you have the document?
You didn't tell us earlier.
Yeah. Do you have the document that says that it was there? I'm like, no, I thought you kept it. They're like, no, we don't keep that.
And with a smile on their face, they're like, I'm going to take your money.
$1,200 gone. Fuckers.
Yeah. So like Rob was saying like how he's like, there was like, holes in the wall from like, hanging stuff or whatever. And he's like, I spackled it. I sanded it, like textured it. And I even like messaged the landlord and like, hey, what color paint is it? So he could go get like, a pint of the paint and like, so you can do all the patchwork.
Do the right thing.
Yeah. And they were still like, nope.
Wow. Yeah.
But then, like, I guess one of Kristen's friends is like a lawyer, so he's like, "Hey, this is what they're fucking trying to do." Gave him all the information, showed him like the pictures and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, tell him this," and like it's like he has no right actually to take your money for that kind of stuff. He's like, but and the reality is, it's like I bet those like slumlords, like that run these like the managers, quote unquote, that like run these like apartment complexes, they just bank on people just not wanting to deal with it.
Of course, yeah. Why would you get a lawyer that's going to cost you more than the deposit's worth?
Right, but if you have a friend who's just going to like, this is what you say, in legalese, right? You send this, they know when you send an email that says, per blah, 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 or whatever, and it sounds very Esquire, or whatever, then they're like, well, fuck, they got a lawyer.
Yeah.
Then they fold and they don't usually take your money, but you have to fucking play that game.
Of course, yeah.
Which is kind of like, it's bullshit. I'm so glad I don't rent anymore. Renting is such fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
They fuck you every time.
Yeah.
No matter what. They find a way to fuck you.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah. So like that's what he was dealing with and he was talking about. Hi, Amy.
Hey, honey. Do
you want a drink?
Did you text me? Yeah. You ignored me like usual. No, I can't answer on that because it cuts off the
and we're on the podcast.
Babe, we're working right now, okay? Watch out, cancer.
The IBJJF really wants us on this podcast.
The IBJJF needs us, honey. I know they do. Yeah. Yeah. We're anti-ADCC. ACDC?
ACDC. We are anti-ACDC.
I fucking hate. Dude, the worst rock band
ever.
That
music is so played out.
Yeah.
And if you like it, you should quit.
Are we going to get dinner? Bless you, baby dog. Okay. Yeah, we're about done.
Yeah, in 7 minutes.
Okay, can we have some privacy, please?
Yeah. We're
Thank you.
doing good stuff in here.
Oh, my gosh. She ruined the podcast.
I was just about to bust.
I'm your biggest sponsor.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
She's the reason we have all of these microphones. That is funny. That's how she should. Brought to you by Amy Martinez.
Oh my God.
All right. Brought to you, Salt. Amy Martinez pays for everything.
Oh my God. All right, everybody. If you hate the podcast or if you love the podcast, please subscribe.
Yes, Alex's wife is making us quit.
Yes. Hit the notification bell. Follow us on Instagram, the BJJ Foxcast. Facebook. I hate Facebook. I hate everyone on Facebook. Well, I'm on Facebook. Anyway, not everyone. I hate most people.
All you boomer ass motherfuckers.
Yeah. All the people that are angry at us, keep being angry at us. Thank you for the comments. We really appreciate it.
You're absolutely right.
You're absolutely, oh, dude, never listen to us. Ever.
Yes, ever.
All right, y'all. See you next time. Thanks, Tojo.
You.
Hey, everybody. I want to introduce you to our latest sponsor, Salt Electrolytes. Feeling depleted after a tough grappling session? Well, Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs. Salt contains 6 different electrolytes with a touch of iodine to help maintain a healthy thyroid. No sugar, no dyes, no bullshit. Go earn your salt.